The week before you cruise can be exciting and stressful at the same time. There's lots to do to make sure that you're ready for your cruise. Hi there, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Tiffany with TP's Travels, and I have seen so many cruisers, including myself, forget just the small details the week before cruising, and that can set the tone sometimes to making the start of your cruise stressful rather than exciting. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 things to do 7 days before you cruise. Now, the first thing you want to do the week before you cruise is go ahead and print out any documents, your boarding passes, or go ahead and make sure you have them downloaded on your phone. I also personally like to have them printed out as well, just in case anything were to happen. I have them also printed out in a folder that I have with me. But make sure that you do have access to your boarding passes, any of the documents that you're going to need for your cruise. And also, after you have printed your boarding pass, make sure that you've also printed your luggage tags as well. You want to go ahead and have those luggage tags printed out, put them in luggage tag holders. I love having these luggage tag holders right here. They are my favorite. Some people will say that you shouldn't fly with them and you should wait until you get to the cruise port to fasten them on. I fly with them all the time, all over the place, and I have never had them come apart, but I'm just letting you know from my personal experience, I have never had any trouble with these little fasteners. They stay right on, but definitely make sure that you have your luggage tags printed out. Now, by this time, 7 days out, you should have already checked into your cruise. If you haven't, go ahead and check into your cruise. Most cruise lines will allow you to go ahead and check into your cruise 30 to 45 days out from the sail date. But if you haven't done that 7 days out, go ahead and definitely make sure you check into your cruise. Number 2 on the list is double checking your travel arrangements. If you're flying in, double check your flights, make sure they haven't canceled or changed any times, make sure you have all of your flight times. If you are staying in a hotel, make sure you have all of that information. I usually stay in Hilton Hotel, so I have that app on my phone. So if you have a hotel app, make sure you have that ready to go, but make sure you have all of your flight information, your hotel information, all of that ready to go. Also, make sure with your travel arrangements that you have any kind of Ubers or shuttles, all of that already booked and ready to go. You can pre-order a Uber or a Lyft, or sometimes I like to go through Viator to get my transportation from the airport to the port. Viator is actually not just for excursions. You can book shuttles and personal transportation from hotels and airports to your port as well. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check that out. Sometimes it can be a little cheaper than booking an Uber or a Lyft. Now, number 3 on your list should be downloading your cruise line's app. Now, if you have already checked into your cruise, then you probably have already done this 30 to 45 days out, because you can also check in on the cruise line's app. But if you have not downloaded the cruise line's app, then go ahead and make sure you do this. Pretty much all cruise lines do have this, and there's just no way around that. But it's a great thing to have because you can see the whole itinerary of each day, dining, shows. You can book things on the cruise line's app. You can book shore excursions. And also available on the cruise line's app, you can talk to people through their messaging system. Now, it is different than the Wi-Fi package. You can only access the cruise line's app. If you want the Wi-Fi package, if you want to get on any kind of social media or get on the internet, you will need to get the Wi-Fi package. So definitely make sure that you have the Wi-Fi package. This should actually be number 4, but make sure if you are wanting the Wi-Fi package, you already have that taken care of before you get on the ship, because sometimes it's a little bit more expensive once you get on the ship to go ahead to purchase it. If you want a little bit more information on using your cell phone, getting any kind of Wi-Fi while you are cruising, if you are cruising through Carnival or Royal Caribbean, check out this link here. I go into a little bit more details with that. Now, number 4 is notifying your bank that you will be cruising. So this one I kind of learned the hard way. When I was living in Tennessee, I flew from there to Orlando, made some purchases, got on the cruise ship, went to Bahamas, made some purchases, and by the time we get over to Mexico and I go to pay for my lunch, my card was declined. So it was red flagged because all of these charges all over the place. It took a little time to call the bank while we were there to be able to get my card to go through. So yeah, make sure that you notify your bank to let them know where you're traveling, and so they won't flag your card, so you are good to go there. But it is really good to also make sure you have some cash on hand. So a week before, do make sure that you go to the ATM, take out any cash. 1s and 5s are great to have for tipping and also walking around the port, because if I had cash with me that day, I could have paid for my lunch. Now here, let me give you a little tip. Let's say you need some cash while you're on the cruise ship. If you go to the casino, now you don't have to gamble, so don't think I'm telling you to gamble. If you go to the casino and you put in your ship's card and you charge your room, that's how you will gamble. That's how you gamble if you're brand new to gambling. That's how you would gamble. You would charge to your room how much you want to gamble. So let's say you want to pull out $50. So you would just put in $50 when it asks how much you want to charge your room, because it thinks you're gambling, but as soon as it puts that into the slot machine for you to play that $50, don't play it. Go ahead and cash out. Now, all cruise lines are different how they do their casinos. Some will print out a ticket that you can go and redeem, and then some it'll just be on your card that you can go to the desk and have that cash given to you. And it'll be charged to your room on the card that you have attached to your room. So I like to have my bank card attached to my room, which would be the same thing as if I took my bank card to an ATM machine. And now I've got the same amount of money coming out, minus the ATM fees. So there's a little tip for you. Let me know if you've ever tried that before. Number 5 on your list is packing. My husband likes to pack a good 7 days before we leave for our cruise. I am the one who is packing less than 24 hours before we go on the cruise. But any time that you are packing within that last week, want to make sure that you are downloading a packing checklist and going through that checklist, either printing it out or downloading it to your phone. I have a packing checklist in the description below if you want to check it out. But going through that packing checklist really helps you to make sure that you're not forgetting anything and that you have everything that you need and everything is organized. This way, it gives you time to make sure that if there are any little travel essentials that you need, shampoos or anything like that, that you want to bring on, that you have time to go to the store and pick up any kind of travel necessities that you may need. Now, while you're going through your packing list, make sure that you are also packing a cruise carry-on bag or an embarkation day bag. So this way, if you are checking anything with the porter, you have a backpack or a little carry-on bag that you will have with you until you receive your luggage. Because a lot of times when you give your bags to the porter, you won't receive your luggage until anywhere from 3, maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock, just depending on how long it takes them to get your luggage to your room. So that, depending on when you're getting onto the cruise ship, that could be several hours before you have anything that you might actually need for your cruise that afternoon. So make sure that you're packing strategically with your cruise carry-on bag, making sure you have medications, chargers, a charger block, anything like that that you may need for those few hours. A change of clothes if you want that. I did do that one time. Swimsuit if you want to get straight to the swimming in the pools, anything like that. But 100% make sure you have your documents with you. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, duh, I know I need to have my passport and all of that with me. I'm about to board. But trust me, I have seen people in line almost there to show their passport to get onto the cruise ship, and they go out running to the porter to see if they can find their luggage because they left their passport in their suitcase. Now, usually the porters are very good with saying, do you have everything, your passport, all your documents, to remind you of this. But they're busy just in case they forget. Just make sure that you have your passport and all important documents in your cruise carry-on bag before you board. Now, while you are double checking that packing list, make sure that you also go onto the cruise line's website and you are checking their prohibited list. Many cruise lines have the same thing, so they're pretty much all the same going around to each cruise line, such as no surge protectors, no steamers. Those, I named those two because they are the two most popular things that are confiscated when people come onto the cruise ship. So you want to make sure that you're not bringing anything on that's going to get confiscated, because that will take a little bit longer in getting your luggage to you. Number 8 on the list, and I kind of like to make this emphasis here, I guess because I have forgotten this at one point, but this is on your packing checklist as well, making sure you have all of your electronics together. I bring my laptop with me because usually I work here and there while I'm on the cruise ship, and I forgot my laptop charger. So any important chargers or any important devices that you need with you while you are on the cruise ship, make sure that you have those, you have them set aside, and definitely the day before before, make sure you have everything, all your devices completely charged up, your portable battery banks, anything like that, fully charged up and ready to go. Now, number 9 on the list, that is putting a hold on your mail. So I didn't think to do this at one point, and I forgot to tell my neighbor to check my mailbox, and my mailbox was full of mail when I got home a week later. So you can go to USPS.com to put a hold on your mail for however many days that you want to. This tip here is actually part of my home prep tip that I go through if you want a little bit more about home prep the day or two before you go on your cruise, because that's a whole nother checklist as well. Definitely check out this video here, and I do have a free home checklist to kind of help keep you on track of what you should do around your house to make sure everything is good and in order before you get ready to leave out on your cruise. And number 10, you have done all of these things. So the last thing that you need to make sure that you do 24 hours out is make sure that you have checked into your flight, because you should be flying in at least a day before your cruise. So if you're flying in, make sure that you have gone ahead, checked into that flight 24 hours out. And don't forget just to leave time to relax and know that your cruise will be here before you know it. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And if there's anything that I left off, please leave me a comment below. I would love to hear what it is you like to do a week before you cruise out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.